Yes, IJS Radio, Daddy-o. Woo! Shucky ducky.
If I could just say one thing, it would be fuck.
Now we're peaking like a mother.
No, I got you. We're gonna limit that. We're gonna limit that.
Later.
We limited that shit.
Oh, you mix it to the exact
Yeah,
volume
I fuck with that shit.
Okay.
I compress.
You master shit.
Yeah, I masturbated this shit for a long time.
Okay, that's
I bait
good.
out
That's
the
what we do on
bad
the show.
audio.
We teach proper masturbatory procedures. All right. Anyway.
We are the UN of podcast radio talk.
So what do we got to talk about? What you been up to, man? What's been
chilling. You know, I'm just Scott is advancing his radio career, just being on a lot of shows. Probably about to get my own show on RadioTitans.com. You know,
Radio Titans.
Yeah, Radio
Titans.
Yeah, and obviously we doing this show. You know, I've been doing a lot of appearances. I was on college radio recently, interviewing an art gallery person or something. So I've been
gallery
in it.
person.
Yes.
Wow, you're moving up in the world.
Oh yeah.
Art gallery. You went from interviewing Jack Blood to interviewing an art gallery person.
No, but a legendary art gallery person.
Yeah.
She wrote a book called How to Get Hung.
How to Get Hung.
Yep. It's not about your dick.
By the way, you know, as the audience knows, we do not reveal our faces on this show.
Until the video segment appears.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I saw a post coming from your Facebook page.
Mine?
That had a radio interview that you did via Skype, where we do see your face.
I forgot about that. That's why you've been probing to see what.
Yes, I'm watching you, sir.
Okay,
I'm watching you.
well,
I think you might be a COINTELPRO snitch.
That's
you
what,
might be like out to get me. Like
that's what I want fools to think.
Yeah, you're an agent. I don't trust you, bro.
Now that
I'm no longer going to be revealing classified information on this show.
Sure. Well, as I heard a cat say recently, classified info is revealed all the time in the paper and shit, but the government can't officially confirm or deny it. That's the position, right? So it's really revealed all the time. What you're referring to, what John here, who shall remain faceless, is referring to, I was interviewed by Vinny Eastwood, who's this guy from New Zealand, who's a truther and just does all these video interviews one after another. Maybe he is some sort of data archive gathering collective, COINTELPRO database monitorer. But yeah, we had an interesting discussion via Skype in our little video windows. He's in New Zealand and I'm in, well, we don't know where I am, possibly Austin. Let's say somewhere in America. And yeah, it was interesting. Y'all should check it out, you know? Like, what's it called? Fuck. It's ironic. It's called How to Start Being Active, which is ironic because it's two fat guys talking to each other. But what we mean is active in like truthery community stuff, which of course this show, IJS Radio,
very much is
our fucking baby that we born out of our butts all the time.
All right, but okay, enough about yourself. Like, let's hear what's been going on in the news. Like, you don't hear me talk about it, like blathering about what I do.
Oh,
all day.
fuck you, yes, because you ain't do shit. Yeah, you can lather. You're lathering about what you do.
Yeah.
In the bathtub with some lotion.
I go and see pictures of Big Ange naked. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait,
anyway.
Angelina? Or Big Ange?
Nobody wants to see Angelina naked anymore.
Not anymore.
No,
but so she went through with it.
Probably won't want to see that. No, she's gonna.
No, she went through with it. No,
did she go through? I don't know if she went through with it or she's gonna go through with it. But she apparently is saying that she will or is about to, or I don't know, man.
Well,
the point
whatever.
is, Angelina will not have titties anymore.
Damn, and the world breathes a collective.
It's
not
the end
even
of
sigh.
It's the end of an era.
It's the end of a masturbatory era.
Yes. I know. This show is going to get a lot sadder now from now on.
We're going to mark time in BM and AM after now. Like before masturbation and after. Or maybe it's during masturbation and after when it's finished.
We're just going to maybe have to just cut off the entire subject of masturbation from now on.
I know.
Just give it a funeral. You know. They're like
a Viking funeral.
The day that Angelina Jolie removed her bosoms away from us.
We're going to give masturbation a Viking funeral.
Yes.
You light your hand on fire and put it on your dick.
That's right.
It all goes up in flames. All right. What else we got? What is our news feed?
No, that's not what I had in mind. Anyway, what has been on the news lately?
Oh, so much.
So.
Well, you know, your boy Rand Paul was going ham today. There's been a lot of scandals in the with Obama.
Yes.
And of course, those
that's
are to
right.
distract.
We talk about this. The triple scandal.
Okay, you want to talk? There's also other shit.
Three-headed monster, which is the IRS scandal, the wiretapping scandal of the Associated Press, And of course, all the
Bing,
Benghazi
bing,
information
Benghazi.
that has been coming to light.
And don't forget Kanye West, Texas. That's also a big story right now.
Oh,
And
the West
BB.
Texas, the West Texas thing. They arrested a guy who's a first responder, and apparently the media is saying, at least CNN is saying, that he lied about his house having been destroyed to Anderson Cooper, or some shit like that.
There's mad fools under destroyed. Oh, we're missing the elephant in the room, the giant tornado that just happened. Tell me about this tornado.
Oh, huge tornado just, oh my God. I don't
swept
even talk about
through
it.
Jokla. Oh, you can't even talk about it?
Yeah, there's nothing fun about what just happened there.
Make comedy of it.
Yeah, we could give it the whole HARP angle and say that this was done by HARP, but let's just say that it was...
How about global warming angle, or let's say climate change? Artifice
a lot
right
of
there.
people died. Let's just say more people died in that tornado than in the West Texas fertilizer explosion and the Boston bombings combined, and several times.
But again, I will put it this way: you have to figure, if you're gonna die, one of the most interesting ways to go out has to be tornado. I mean, come on. That's so much more. Yeah, like you're just flying around. Just wax. Like that's so much more interesting than, I don't know, being emo and cutting yourself or something. You know, it's like, but yeah, I mean, it's fun. We have these climate change influenced or otherwise super tornadoes and super storms, and they rip through the Midwest and Oklahoma and shit. And that's always been going on. But now it's like, now there's just stuff there instead of just a farm. Now there's like schools and shit. You know, and hospitals and stuff. So what? You want to do something? Is it masturbate? What?
No. I'm just looking at that. But it's kind of a subject that it's hard to really talk about.
It's touchy for you.
You don't want, when something like that just happened, you don't want to all of a sudden be
talking about. Why don't you speculate? Well, that's why nature, so-called acts of nature, are good, because there's no conspiracies.
And I really have not seen. There's a lot of tornadoes that happen naturally on a normal basis all the time. I haven't seen anything that points to HARP or global warming.
But you will. You will, though, I'm sure.
I'm sure they will be politicized on every side of every conspiratorial side that you can.
John Montana wishes to find a way to blame Obama for the tornado.
I don't wish to blame anybody for anybody, but you know that people will somehow get blamed for the tornado in the conspiracy sphere. Of course,
we have to blame someone.
I gotta say, sometimes we just gotta shut the fuck up and just
not play the blame game.
Let the facts come out. Well, not trying to blame somebody right away.
I think most people would say it's a tornado. There's no real blame, and it's not even facts. Like, it just happened.
Are you making a comparison to Benghazi right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's Tornado Gate.
It is. It's because every story that comes out, the first thing we do is try to look at if there's a conspiracy angle. And yes, a lot of people try to blame Obama as soon as something about tornado hits. Obama did it. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of those people. I want to let the facts, like Krautheimer said the other day. Let the facts speak for themselves. Stop trying to blame. Stop trying to claim there's a conspiracy.
That's a sage motherfucker.
Let the facts come out.
That is sage advice.
The facts will speak for themselves. And if you're right, the facts will speak for themselves. Stop speculating.
Actually, the people will speak on their opinions of facts, but that's okay. This was all predictably programmed in the movie Twister, right, from '96. And that was I heard this tornado was category F5, which is, of course, the highest one. Like, they upgraded it from 4 to 5. So it's definitely in the biggest realm of tornadoing. Who's to blame? We shall see. Well, you could always just blame God. No one ever seems to want to blame God. And they call it an act of God. So God apparently does
they're going to somehow, it's just going to become another discussion about FEMA, of course. FEMA's going to come through all late and shit, and everybody's going to be like, okay, now we got to talk about getting rid of FEMA or finding
where's my federal help?
Replacing it with a better system or something like that. But that's going to be the discussion. Do we need less government or more government when it comes to these
what a discussion.
Disaster, when the real discussion should be where the government should be. Do you want your government to be coming from another state when there's a disaster in your city?
Why not?
Or do you want to have a better, stronger local government to be prepared for shit like that?
No, this is your argument. People just want help. They don't give a shit where it's coming from. That's the real answer to what you just said.
Who's going to get there faster? Your local government or your federal government?
I have no idea. There's always feds.
Local governments, even state governments, state will help each other out weeks before FEMA steps in.
There's always feds on the scene somewhere eventually. I don't know who gets there first when we're talking about rescuing.
Get there last, though. That's
our government's great. Our government's great at getting there when there's a pot crime to be prosecuted and persecuted, You know, but they can be a little slow when like pulling people out of tornadoes or a flood or ditches or something. So yeah, it's that. And I'm not impugning our fire departments and all that unless they fuck up. Then I will. But yeah, it's like we humans or governments or whoever's influencing everything. We seem, I don't know, we're just quicker to destroy shit. Like it's easier to go fight shit and blow shit up than to like try to save someone.
I see these disasters and like, you know, like we all remember Katrina and all that. And I see the response to these disasters, the slow and horrible response to these disasters by the federal government to be very similar to the way the federal government handles shit like Benghazi.
Oh boy, here comes
and
the
9/11 and other things.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Many things. And Benghazi was another 9/11. It happened on 9/11.
It was another 9/11, correct?
Yeah, and it was another fucking another instance where the government either could have stopped it and didn't, just let it happen, or made it happen. All right.
Well, as we've covered, we talked about yesterday, I believe it was actually Mitt Romney behind Benghazi, and we're like some of the first to debut this, and we went over how it's all true. You even connected it real well.
Yeah, no, there are connections between Mitt Romney and like Iran-Contra and like drug dealers, and supposedly Bain Capital was started off of drug money from Mexican cartels and all that.
Oh, yeah.
So there's all kinds of nefarious connections.
Zapata oil and shit.
And there's this conspiracy theory that I've heard a lot of these drag blood types and shit like that say that, you know, that Romney and Hillary Clinton conspired. Or Romney made a deal with Hillary Clinton, like, hey, make this look bad for Obama. You know, like let's make a deal, like let's find a way to make Obama look bad. Let's let a terrorist attack happen on his watch.
It's a false flag of blame.
To make it look bad.
Yeah.
And then go out and send Susan Rice to say it wasn't a terrorist attack to make Obama look even weaker.
Woo!
You know what I mean?
Ha-ha.
And because Hillary Clinton knew it was a terrorist attack, but she put out the talking points and let Susan Rice go out there and said that it wasn't.
But in a way, the cumulative effect of all these scandals is weighing on Obama, even if it's not Benghazi specifically. Now all the people are turning.
But Obama, look, he fired Hillary Clinton, he fired Susan Rice, he fired Betray Us. You know what I mean?
Fired a missile.
He did his best. You know
oh yeah, he did his level best, firing people.
He fired some of the people who were responsible. Now,
so
do we know what happened? No, maybe he doesn't even know what happened.
Like Mitt Romney,
we always assume that the president knows more than we do, but maybe they really don't. Maybe
they
Bush
don't.
was just as
That's
stupid
my
as
theory.
the rest of us.
No, that's my theory.
Maybe
they only
Obama
get
is just as stupid as Bush.
All
was.
the president has is access to the insiders, the heads of the intelligence orgs and all that, to tell him shit.
Tell them what they want to tell them.
It's on a need to know basis.
Need to know, yeah.
He only
It's known that Dick Cheney kept many secrets from Bush, including the fact that he was in the war room. Jake Cheney was in the war room on 9/11 while Bush was reading books to kids.
About goats.
Yeah.
The goat.
Exactly. So they make sure the president had nothing to do with 9/11 that day. And Dick Cheney was in the war room giving stand-down orders and letting these planes hit the buildings. You know what I mean?
It's called plausible deniability.
No, it's not. There's no deniability. They know this.
No,
this is
they need
true.
to maintain. It's like we said about how the government can't confirm or deny classified shit that gets published in like the newspaper.
Well, yeah, it's plausible deniability.
It's plausible.
Like, Bush may have known that this was happening,
right?
But because he was somewhere else, he can always plead ignorance. And they do the same thing with Obama. Obama's always stays clean because he's always somehow conveniently disconnected to what his administration does.
It's because they understand that our justice system, much like Jay-Z's first album, is all about reasonable doubt. So if there's any reasonable doubt on any sort of crime or alleged war crime or something, as long as you can't prove it 100%, you could always get off. You get away with it, right? Unless you pretty much have these people on video like smoking crack and shit, like they get some people, or doing that equivalent. Like
by the way, you mentioned Jay-Z
Yeah.
and smoking crack, so I had to say, happy birthday, Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
41 years old, yo.
He's not actually alive, but he would have been 41. Yes.
Or maybe he
something.
is hiding in Cuba with Pac.
We don't know that. Yeah, it's possible.
We
Yeah,
know Tupac's alive, so maybe Biggie is too. You never know.
Yeah, my friend sent me a video of like it was Biggie, Snoop, Tupac, and the Dog Pound all on stage in like '93 or '94. You know, and they're all like wearing blue. Biggie has this blue vest on and shit. And of course, they're all rapping and
so this was
homies
before
and
like
stuff.
the beef broke out.
Pretty much, yeah. So what? Maybe it was even earlier than that. But yeah, it's just showing you like it's almost like they were trying to do some communal shit, like bring the whole game together, or just not have this artificial coastal beef, and then it had to get ignited from the behind the scenes fucking luminaries of rap production and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, Tupac, very interesting. He's Tupac because he seemed to have two sides of his personality.
Yep.
He was very into like, you know, socially conscious lyrics and all that, like pro woman kind of song and all that. And then all of a sudden he goes to jail for rape, allegedly.
Rape, man.
Comes out and he's like, you know, all gangsta now and
Super
starts the East Coast West Coast beef and just, you know, goes
Right.
crazy and becomes a different person.
But it's also because
Machiavelli, as
he
calls
was
it.
made to think that all these East Coasters pretty much put him in jail. You know, like he was being
They set him up,
snitched
yeah.
on by
Yeah,
Mob
he
Deep
just did
and all
not give a
this.
fuck anymore. He like became like he probably
Yeah.
joined Al Qaeda while he was in prison or something.
Because that's the whole point. It's sort of like a political thing because you can have one way of thinking until something major happens in your life, and you might have a completely different way of thought after that. Like they say,
Well, yeah. I mean, paranoia can save your life.
Well, that too.
You know, I mean, if Tupac really did fake his death, it was because he was so paranoid, because he knew they were coming after him, he had his connections, probably a few rogue FBI agents that you know tried to like help, you know, his Black Panther family and all that. So maybe the FBI could have helped him fake his death.
We were talking about us here at IJS Radio. We've done a show already. You should check out Exposing Dr. Drew. And someone commented on our video, and they pointed me to this interview that Dr. Drew did with DMX in 2011 on his show Life Changers. Life Changers. And it's funny because they said that DMX, among the many, many crimes he's been charged for and arrested for, one of them is impersonating an FBI agent. They didn't explain why.
Well, he claims that they set him up. That this was a sting operation.
Oh, as an imperson.
They told him to say that he was with the FBI. That he was really, this was a sting operation. That the FBI gave him the drugs that he was carrying on him and everything. That this was to sting like some other drug dealers and shit.
Well,
You know
DMX,
what I mean?
he made a good point.
He was trying to like, you know, basically he was trying to snitch.
DMX was trying to snitch.
Well, this is the theory that's out there, that he was really trying to snitch and that the FBI set him up and that
They wanted him.
He claims
to go
that he
down.
didn't know the drugs were in there. He claims that this was all he claimed he didn't know that this was a sting operation.
But he was
that
also
they set him up.
he was also a total crackhead, though.
Yeah,
Like,
and
literally.
that they told him to say that he was with the not that he was an FBI agent, but he was with the FBI.
But he got charged with impersonating an
and
agent,
that he claims that there were FBI agents with him and everything.
which
You
they
know what I
probably
mean?
were.
But it's just like, where are they? Who are these people? It's just like when we hear about the underwear bomber that was escorted by an FBI agent. You know, these are sting. We know the
Boston,
FBI does this. And
Boston
you have
bombers.
to see that movie Five Fingers, dude.
All right,
I keep saying it, but if you see any movie this year, see that movie.
Five Fingers
Fingers
wrapped
starring
around your balls. Yeah,
Starring Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah. Larry Fishburne's in there. This the same thing with the Boston bombers. They were being shadowed by the FBI
Yeah, all
or
the
called
time.
by the.
Tupac was being followed by the FBI his whole life. You know. All these guys, the 9/11 hijackers were being followed by the FBI for years.
Well, DMX in this interview made an interesting point about just like cops in general. He said sometimes, you know, you get that cool officer when you get pulled over and they don't turn it back on. DMX said sometimes you get the cool officer who'll let you go, and then sometimes you get someone who wants to lock you up for not wearing a seatbelt. You know,
Yeah,
and
it's
like he's
selective.
dealt with both.
It's selective enforcement. You know, they're gonna enforce the law on whoever they want to enforce it. You know, like whoever they feel like it.
Yeah,
you know,
if you're-
it's not up to the judge. It's up to the officer. You know, the
Yeah.
officer makes the initial arrest,
Cops-
and then the judge can make a decision.
And we all know that cops lie on the stand a million times a day to get their convictions and get their arrest game up and all that stuff, basically to hit the numbers. But yeah, it's really, you know, cops can be haters too. They
That's
can just see you. If a cop is making $28,000 a year and he sees you in a Bentley rolling around, fucking whatever you're doing, whether you're driving drunk or you're fucking a rapper or you're fucking not fucking a rapper, but a fucking rapper and shit like that, you know, it's just it can grind on.
We're going away from a constitutional
Rethuglic
to a see something say something society.
Oh yeah.
Where of snitches, where everybody's a snitch. Either they're doing it for money or they're doing it to avoid jail time, or doing it to avoid like the draft or something like that. Or maybe they already are in the military, so they're slaves already.
Hey, snitches get stitches, but though they have to be put in there by Obamacare, so it goes back to
and the NDAA has been nullified in Michigan, by the way, and there is a bill that will be voted on here in California to nullify the NDAA. So we're making moves, but
Making moves.
the
Wait,
Attorney
California.
General Herrick Holder.
I don't know about California.
Herrick Holder.
Yeah, Herrick Holder.
Herrick Holder said that Michigan made a big mistake.
Oh.
He said he actually used those words. Michigan made a huge mistake.
I must have made a
So
big mistake.
I hope nothing happens to Michigan, like
Yeah.
a big terrorist attack that forces them to push the NDAA back in.
Eric, yeah, have you heard of this rap artist named Corey Fame? He has a song called Big Mistake. And,
I've
Eric
heard that.
Holder.
He's actually a really good rapper. Like,
Yeah, you should all check out Corey Fame.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to do with anything we talk about.
No, especially since you may see I believe he has a video called "Call Me Bob Marley" about to hit the market in an indeterminate amount of time.
Yeah,
and you might see cats that look strangely like our doppelgangers in that video, depending on how it's
move on, man.
Let's just keep going.
Like
we're not related to anybody.
We're not here.
You get uncomfortable with talking.
We're not
like
here
that.
to promote anybody's
No,
musical
we are.
career.
No, we're here to.
Oh.
But we at the same time we do want to promote ourselves, and we always say we want to like get money and
like
sell out.
This
and shit.
one rock band I heard the other day called Johnny Deaf.
They're really good.
They're really dope.
But
Johnny
then,
Deaf.
No, not Deaf.
They're really dope.
Yeah,
but they have nothing to do with our show. We're just
the 4 people that will
saying what we like.
sit through into this 22nd minute of our cast right here. Yeah, whatever. They'll figure
these
it out.
Johnny Deaf guys, they wear masks. They're just like us. They don't reveal their identities.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knows who the
Oh
fuck
yeah.
they
So
are.
you were mad that I revealed my face supposedly on a video
you have
interview.
to delete that, dude. That's.
It's not my video. I can't delete it or undelete it now. It's Homeboy's video.
So ask the guy
to remove it? No.
Or just unpost it from your page at least. It's on your page.
So what? We want
to make it invisible.
We want to promote ourselves, I thought.
All right, go ahead, promote yourself, but I shall remain faceless.
I mean, that fool puts his face. The guy who interviewed me puts his face out there, and he does way more shit than us, talking about like just different random,
Yeah, but how do you know he's not connected to something?
I don't, but that's the point. I mean, anyone, like you said, I went from interviewing JB, Jack Blood. Like, is he connected?
Everybody has their own difference for why they would not want to show their face or use a different name or whatever. I have my reasons. You have your reasons.
But I have more interest in being well known than like protecting my identity forever.
But I could be well known without showing my face.
But what if you do music? If you supposedly do music, what you're never gonna make a video with your face in it?
I can do like what those Johnny Deaf guys are doing and put the ski mask on.
Yeah, but a person you may be resembling has videos out there with said face in the video.
So who cares? They can do whatever they want. I don't care.
Well, so
just
why?
Because they look like me, it's not their fault.
But I mean, they may not be doing truthy stuff in the music video, but your face is like if you want to blow up in the game, your face has to be there.
My face doesn't have to be. It can.
Yeah, it does.
The fact that I don't show my face can be the contributor to why people like me. You know what I mean? It could say this mysterious guy shrouded in mystery.
Yeah, the shredder of the fucking R&B game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll wear a mask at a fucking press conference.
But that's not how it works nowadays. It's all about the revealing age. Like, that's possible.
Then I could be anyone. Then I become a symbol. Anybody could be.
Anybody
John
could be.
Montana.
Yeah, but he eventually. No, they cannot.
I'm a symbol.
No. Yeah, it's. I don't know.
That's the point. Anybody could be John Montana.
The point is to be well known so people can see you and like get at you and pick up on.
But it's not about that. I want to make the information famous. I don't want to be famous.
Yeah, you do, or else you wouldn't be doing.
I want the show to be famous, but not as
want
far
your
as
music
me
to be
personally
well-known.
as a person. Like I don't care if people know if I'm handsome or pretty. I'm a very handsome guy, by the way.
how
I
do
look
you
like a supermodel.
Yeah,
but I don't care.
Yeah. How do you?
I have my own supermodel career on the side where I use my actual name, not John Montana, and people don't know about it because they don't know what I look like.
Tell me about this modeling agency you claim to have started. You don't have to say the name, but tell me.
I'm not going to say the name, but
tell me what your goal is there.
It's basically for not just models, but also actors, singers, radio talk show hosts.
Sure.
Whoever wants to get in the industry, and it's basically a network. It's
but how is that different from that other one you started, the union?
The difference is this one. The emphasis is on models. It's on females. The emphasis is on attracting the females. It's basically going to be the female attachment to that other movement. So the other movement is more broad. More looking, it's more compartmentalized.
This one's more about broads.
This one's more about females and beautiful, attractive.
So basically, you want a hook to try to get bitches.
We're also going to have male models too, because we want the male models to attract the female models.
Because you're bicultural.
Yeah. No, I'm not at all. This is not, but we're gonna have way more female models than male models.
And so, what you're gonna do?
Always.
Photo shoots, or what is that the plan?
Photo shoot, video shoots
here at the studio.
Movies. We have a network of movie directors and stuff like that we can use.
You already have it?
Oh yeah, I have a few movie directors,
like
screenwriters,
BD,
people with equipment, cameras, and all that. I mean, we got to do this from the ground up, you know.
Like, we doing this.
We got to use our resources, and that's what I was saying earlier about the internet. The internet,
I see,
is so much more ability for people to network and get together. And,
I've heard this,
and form companies and make money together.
Yeah, what's that thing called?
You can empower yourself, and you can help empower others.
Facebook or something.
One time, like I was broke and I needed to save money for something, which I will not disclose what it was, I raised money on Facebook. I asked everybody, if everybody on my Facebook friends, all my real friends, and I have a lot of friends. I'm a very popular guy.
Sure.
And say if all my friends give me like a couple dollars, like $2 to $3, like I can pay for this. I can get this. So please help me out. I'm broke and I need this right now. It's very important.
You hear that? He's a beggar. He's not willing to work for his money.
And everybody contributed, and that's the spirit of America. That's the spirit of sharing.
It's a wonderful life.
Generosity.
And, it's called communism.
No, it's not communism. Communism is when you force.
Give me money for no work.
Yeah, communism is when you force people to pay
to
pay for someone else's charity, and all you poor people get forced in the end to give their money to rich people in communism. Yeah. Now, in a free society, people will be like generous on their own will, not being forced.
How do you expect to get bitches from the music game if you don't show your face and they don't know who you are? I mean, yes, Daft Punk aside, like isn't that the whole point? Your face is out there and then everyone wants to know who you are. No, in the truth game it's different. But name me one truther that doesn't show their face.
See, this is what it is. Like, it's not going to stop me from getting laid. Like, I could get laid without people knowing that. Sure. I'm not trying to be famous in order to get laid. I'm trying to be famous to put my information out, to put my music out, to put my art out, but not to get laid. I could get laid without, I don't want that to get me laid, because then it's going to get me with a bunch of gold digging whores who are going to pretend to love me, but just be out, and I won't be able to find love because I'll just have a bunch of gold digging whores.
Ain't saying,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'd rather not be famous.
Montana gold.
And let people pretend that they're like, I'll do the ski mask thing like Johnny Depp, and let them put on ski masks and pretend to be me and get pussy. Actually, I'm doing a service to the community.
John is just scared that
it's a symbol. What I'm saying is a symbol.
Oh yeah, anyone
could be John Montana.
Right. What? John Montana? It's been you all along? I never could have even had a clue about it, considering I'm a professional detective. Anyways, so I get you. Don't be scared that I'm putting my face out there. It basically, it's all, none of it's relevant anyways, because we're all tracked and we're all surveilled and on video and everything. So putting your face first,
you don't have to be what your government slave name dictates you to be. Mm-hmm. You can be anybody.
We can create an identity,
an alter ego, or many alter egos. Like I have my rapper alter ego, my rock singer alter ego,
right?
My R&B singer alter ego, my supermodel alter ego, my actor alter ego.
And by alter you mean very stuffed down.
I have
the corner.
I have my chef alter ego.
Oh, of course.
I have different alter egos that are different.
But it's all the same name. You got to come up with more names and shit, like Cool Keith.
Yeah.
Like Keith Thornton is Cool Keith, and Dr. Octagon and Dr. Doom and fucking Diesel Trucker and all this shit. But yeah, it's like that. He's also schizophrenic, but yeah, it's the we have the power. We have the freedom to be whoever we want.
You don't have to be constrained to just being one thing. You can do whatever you want. Like I'm working on my album and writing a script at the same time.
And what's that script again? It's not your personal property.
It's top secret. It's confidential. I don't want to reveal. Because there are people in the industry.
Yep.
Which I'm not going to name the studios that will hear my ideas or hear what I'm doing and consider me a threat.
You're working on a remake of Top Secret with Val Kilmer, the 80s movie. I don't know if you heard of it. Anyways, so check it out. And IJS Radio and your union would like to team up with superheroes out there, right? Like the real life.
Yeah, that's
superpower.
What I was gonna say. Also,
yeah.
I also have my superhero alter ego. You guys don't know, but a lot of these vigilantes out there.
Which ones are that?
One of them is me, but I won't reveal who it is.
What? Okay, wait. You have a superhero alter ego.
Yes.
Do you have a name for your Caped Crusader?
Well, I'm not gonna reveal that name. That defeats the fucking purpose.
Damn it!
Come on, you're trying to trick me here.
Do you have a costume?
Yeah, of course. Every superhero has a costume.
You have a costume.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it. Audience, Fucking Scott has not seen John's
If you're
costume.
gonna do this, you have to wear a mask.
You have to put on tights. No need
too.
lifting weights and like looking
Yeah.
cool and John Wayne-ish. Fucking just put on these
Put on
spandex.
some nice green tights. Yeah, you look good at that. Yeah.
We're gonna green screen it all, bitch. So yeah,
but we should have also a lot more female superheroes. I think right
have
now
them.
the superhero game is starting with mostly male.
Right.
But I think we're gonna see a future with a lot more of that. I mean, especially when now we have these 3D printers now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's gonna be the future of like creating all this crazy superhero
create your own
weaponry.
batarang and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Oh, yeah,
But
for
check it
sure.
out. But the thing is what the real superheroes out there will tell you is that, you know, it's not all glamour and all this shit. Like, it's a real tough, serious job being a superhero. You know,
Yeah,
you get
no,
your
it is.
ass beat, have to deal with crimes and shit.
But they're more effective than the police. You know?
Right, right.
They're more effective.
And you should have martial arts / military training and all that before getting out there. Like,
Oh yeah,
you
I
know.
have martial arts training. I don't have military training, but martial arts training is very important.
Of course.
because like a martial artist can probably kick a cop's ass, even a cop with military.
Not with the taser gun, though.
Well,
And
I
all
know
this
how
pepper
to
spray and shit.
disarm a cop from a gun or anything else or anybody. You know,
you know all
even a
that?
really trained professional holding a gun. I've been in situations where I've been able to disarm somebody from not a real gun. But
You've disarmed. Oh, well, have you disarmed other weapons on the street in an active combat situation, like a knife?
It was a gun. It was a real gun, but it wasn't a loaded gun. So the guy had a gun so I didn't have a chance to get killed.
Right.
But, you know, I reacted real fast.
But you had the gun to your head and you disabled it in a real situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
wow.
it wasn't a loaded gun.
I'm doing a slow
It
clap
was my
right now.
sensei. It was practice. It
Oh, you
wasn't
just
like-
you're talking practice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
I
practice.
said an
It
active
wasn't-
combat.
yeah.
I said active
Yeah,
combat
but the
situation.
point is, I was able to get the gun
No, but
out of
that's-
his hand before he was able to pull the
but
trigger.
that's not an
which
active
is the
combat.
most important part.
That's not active combat situation though. That's
course it
training.
is.
No, that's a training
Disarming
exercise.
someone?
That's a training exercise. What you were doing. I'm talking about out on
That's
the
a
streets.
defensive.
Dude, it was a training exercise. I asked you, has it happened on the street in real life?
What do you
where you've had to disarm someone?
Oh, on the streets?
Yeah, fool.
No, not on the streets.
That's what I was asking.
But I'm prepared.
I don't
I'm
mean
well
a gun,
prepared.
even a knife or something.
I'm well prepared for it.
Oh,
if
you're
it ever
prepared for
happens
it?
to me on
Yeah,
the
I've taken seminars like that, disarm guns and shit, like kick people in the balls and like push their arm away and all this shit. And it's dope, you know, but like you A, got to practice a lot, and B, when the time comes, you never truly know how you're going to react, but at least you have that potential to do so. At least you know the correct maneuvers to do.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I've been slacking on the training. I got to get back in there. I don't necessarily want to be a superhero, but I'd like to work with them and share intelligence and help them protect our communities. I tried to get this guy Phoenix Jones, who's the most famous superhero in America right now, you know, for an interview, but I couldn't get there yet. He directed me to his agent and shit, pretty much. But they're out there, dude. They're out there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and also one of my other ideas with the superhero thing was to create an agency that would basically help, like a union that would help all the ninjas and superheroes and you know, vigilante crime fighters, you know, militias and stuff like that, like to stick together and form an alliance.
Dude,
Like
so
a real
the news,
people's law enforcement alliance.
the news shit. So the news of this episode is that IJS Radio members are starting their own version of SHIELD. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yes.
SHIELD, but it's not gonna be the federal government.
No, of course not. It'll be
It's going to be a organized-
self-government.
Yeah, it's going to be a grassroots, completely not connected to the federal government. Basically, it's going to be our new federal government, if you will.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's going to be but we're going to be like, you know, obviously like have to do this under the you know, like really the cover of darkness and be really careful what we do.
But we know,
and we have to stay, you know, the good guys. We can't get caught like, you know, doing like Blackwater like activity.
Well, right. Well,
You
we
know
know
what I mean?
the protocols of today dictate that you create your own society, you know, your own government. It's not trying to topple the old system, it's trying to replace the old system with your system. Not trying to change the old system from the inside or even tear it down from the outside, but to create your own thing so the other thing becomes obsolete, basically.
Yeah.
Or just has to adapt to you.
I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, all the technology that we have now, like, you know, this 3D printers and all this stuff, it's
4D.
It's gonna revolutionize everything. It's gonna be a lot easier for all these superheroes to, like, you know,
Build
really do
guns and shit.
serious stuff.
Well, yeah, 3D printing's the next internet, sort of, is what cats are talking, like, sort of what we're saying, because it's moving to a physical. The internet and all this stuff is getting more physical. The distribution
I
of.
think the 3D printer is going to revolutionize everything. It's going to replace manufacturing. We won't have to use little Chinese slaves anymore. It's just gonna be a machine making all the shoes.
But this may be hyperbola because it's going to take a while to really be able to
I'd
do
say
stuff.
okay. Realistically, first of all, there's already 3D printers already have been bought by manufacturers being used right now.
Yeah, of course.
But I'd say in the next 10 years, we're gonna see it replace every form of manufacturing.
I don't know about every, but yeah, there's a 3D printed
Mostly,
car out there.
In the developed world, probably, and even in the undeveloped world, they're gonna use because it's cheaper. They're gonna figure, why should I hire a bunch of slaves when I could just have this thing and it costs less money than paying a bunch of people.
Imagine the number of dildos that are going to be created for home use just in this studio.
And yes, a lot of people will lose their jobs, but a lot of new jobs will be created and a lot of new opportunities will be created.
No, there won't, because in the future, we all know in the future there won't really be jobs. There'll be positions and shit.
Exactly, but they're better than jobs. We'll have positions of power instead of jobs.
We'll be able to do our own shit.
Yeah,
basically.
we'll have machines doing all the quote unquote jobs for us.
And then where will the money? What is the future of money? Is it just gold? Like in 50 years, what will be the money system as opposed to now, or even 20 years?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's too complex.
That I can't. It's gonna be up to the people to decide. But the thing is, another question is, with all this technology. We're at a turning point in human history where we have to decide: are we gonna take power and take control of all this technology, or are we gonna let the government control and the monopoly?
How do we decide? Like, who is the we? When we make a collective decision, what is that? I mean, just voting.
Well, what I'm saying is, by voting or through our representatives, are we going to let the government try to control the internet, control every 3D printer, control everything that we do, everything that we produce, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they already do a lot of that, you know what I mean? But how far are we going to let them do it? I understand, like, the government doesn't want us to be making nuclear bombs with these 3D printers, which is probably not even possible, but, like, how far is the government, are we going to let the government go in regulating what we do?
Letting the gov go.
How we make money, how we choose to run our technology,
Montana.
Are we gonna let the idea that if we can let technology get better, it's gonna mean no more jobs? Are we gonna let that idea stop us from advancing technologically? That would be the stupidest thing in the human history.
The Sermon on the Montana is being preached right now. Okay, so to wrap it all up,
like a condom.
Yes, like a very tight latex lubed condom.
An Asian condom, Durex.
Yeah, Durex or Dulex as they call it.
Or lifestyle.
What is the future of masturbation? No, I'm kidding. That's
the
not
future of masturbation.
No, just don't.
Okay,
yeah, let's hear it. Yeah, please.
The future of masturbation really depends on the master nation.
And that is America.
And
we are
you, America, and other English-speaking countries that might be listening. It is up to you to keep masturbation alive after Angelina Jolie's breasts are gone.
IJS Radio.
Yeah.
Do.
All right, I guess we out.
Yeah, drum solo, but for sure.
All right, we didn't even cover that much music. I had a bunch of other shit I wanted to talk about.
Well, we rant about shit. Yeah,
I forgot some shit, but it was a good show. Next time we'll cover more. But
can we do the show wrap up now? Can we analyze what the show was about?
Analyze it? Yeah.
Well, you're always ready. Well, what other issues did you want to discuss? We're already almost at 40 minutes.
I'll remember that next time. How about some predictions? You got any predictions?
You love to end with predictions. I thought we all this out.
It became kind of a habitual, ritualistic thing.
Yeah, habitualistic. Well, I definitely think they're
habitualistic. Yeah.
Bitchmalistic. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be, there's gonna be a lot more crazy shit afoot, like real, news stories going on through the summer and all that, and that's it. I've said that already, but. Yeah. We already have tornadoes. There's going to be a lot more like weather phenomena and fucking...
well, I mean, the summer's coming, so that
a lot of heat waves.
It's global warming.
It's already getting really hot and everything.
Harp activity is going to be up. Harp season is coming.
You know how old people...
is here.
You know how the theory is like old Jews and shit move to hot climates like Palm Springs and Florida or whatever because old people like it hot, but I don't get that. The older I get, the more I hate the heat.
Yeah.
Like... does it just reverse when you're 70?
I know, and I you would think that a bunch of old Jews would be like, it's too hot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they must have mad air conditioning, though.
Yeah, they just sit inside in their cars and their Cadillacs and their apartments.
I think it's also like, because it's a lot of these areas are like hurricane prone, they're cheaper.
Ooh. Well,
so the dollar might have something to do with it.
Shucky-ducky dollar value.
Like the value, of course, any place that's going to be in a disaster prone area, the value is going to go down. Watch the same thing happen to Oklahoma. Like a lot of the value
Oh,
would go
because
down.
it was
And maybe
valuable
Texas
there.
might take over some of it. Who
Yeah,
knows?
we know that
Texas might buy
honestly,
Oklahoma.
For you smart IJS investors out there, you should be buying up property right where the tornado hit, like the shit that didn't get destroyed, or even if it did, just buy land right there because that's got to be some low value shit right
and
there.
Probably a really high insurance rate on there too, because they're gonna be like, okay, you could live there and you get insurance and shit.
No, it's the insurance will be high payment. It will be a high insurance, but you probably get shit really low property wise. Yeah, it's like y'all guys should be investing in real estate in like Baghdad, Oklahoma, like all these hurricane ravaged shit, like war in Libya. Buy a condo in Libya right now.
Well, yeah, but look, in reality,
you can't do that.
I think it's stupid. I think look, New Orleans. I love New Orleans, but stop fucking building houses under sea level. Come on, stop doing it. Like if your house has been destroyed, don't rebuild it in the same place it's been destroyed.
Have you ever heard of Atlantis?
Haven't you noticed that these things always happen in the same areas? The areas where black communities have been forced into for a century, more than a century.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Your bug-eyed ranting is coming to an end. IJS.
So we got to stop this. We got to stop.
No, we got to stop this show
in disaster-prone areas, and that's it. And my prediction is that everything will just keep going as shitty as it has, and probably worse.
Dude, we never even got to the dude from Criss Cross who died. You heard about that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it was Daddy Mac or Mac Daddy, but yeah, they've been playing their shit, but that's the whole... Jermaine Dupri is making moves based on
AIDS or something.
We don't know.
He got raped by Jermaine Dupri, allegedly.
Zippers in the back.
Yeah.
But
We'll get that to next.
We'll get to that news next.
We'll even maybe have one of our friends that raps or something.
Oh,
rapper on. We'll have. We'll have somebody. All right. Anyway, IJS Radio.
Fuck off. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, babaluba.
Oh, and the keyboardist from the Doors just died.
Oh yeah, I saw him. Was it him? It was either him or another Doors member. I think it was him. Okay. That I saw him perform like a year and a half ago in near. Well, I can't say where, of course, but yeah, it was dope. It was really dope.
Rest in peace to that guy. I forget his name, but yeah.
Ray Manzarek.
Ray Manzarek. Yeah.
Yeah. The other Ray, the white Ray.
All right, and I guess that ends our show. See you guys next month or a week or whatever.
Whenever the fuck we do this, man.
If we're still alive.
Yep. Stop hating. Stop tripping.
Been murdered by the Black Waters.
Moolah. No, because we're our own. I think Shield has a protective shield around it, and that's what we have now.
We have protection.
New shield.
We have a lot of black people in our. Don't fuck with us.
We always use
IJS Radio.
Fuku.